Hi, let's create item for goods and services in Zoho inventory. So there are two ways you can most likely get to the page. You see the plus icon here, you click on it, then you come to items, or you come to inventory and you also click on items. This will take you both to the same place where you would need to create your item. Now, what are the items? Items are goods and services. You can see create standalone items and services that you buy and sell. So if you buy gadgets, electronic gadgets, and if you buy equipment and sell equipment, if you offer consultation services or professional services, you use items. So click on new item. So once you click on the item, you have two options. It's either you are creating for goods or for services. In this case, we are going for goods. Now the name here, I'm going for a mobile phone, so I'll go for itel P65. Okay, and there is a little dimension. Okay, itel P65. SKU majorly for a unique numbers, that a unique identification for this itel P65. If it has a barcode number, if it has any unique form of identification that the mobile phone has, you input that number here. With that number, you are able to scan. Maybe when you have the product on hand and you connect to the scanner, you just scan it through the scanner and it will bring the barcode scanner and it will bring out the product for you to sell when maybe you want to buy or sell, whenever you want to bring them on your purchase invoices or your sales invoices. Now, but it's not compulsory. If you don't have the information, you can leave as is. Now for the units, since they are in pieces, so we'll just go for pieces. So if you go down to the bottom, you see pieces there. Now for returnable, if you accept sales return, whenever you sell, you allow your customers to return what you sell, you can actually check this and leave this on. Next, we have the dimensions, which is the length, width, and height. So for this particular item here, so let's just use 165.9, and for the length, then for the width we use 77.3, then for the height, let's use 7.9, all in millimeters. So you can click on this here, you see there is inch and centimeter, so it depends on the unit of measure that you use for the dimension. Okay, this is for illustration purposes. Now for the weight, so the weight, of course, you can use 192.4 gram. This is in kilograms, so you can click on these two to select gram. Now the manufacturer, if you have the manufacturer created, you can click on manage manufacturer, where you create a manufacturer and you select the manufacturer from here. In this case, most likely will be Hitel. The UPC, EAN, MPN, manufacturer parts number, ISBN, the unique numbers, if those information if are available on this product, you can include them here. Now the brand, I think this is where the brand comes in. So brand and manufacturer might not likely be Itel. Either the brand is the Itel, you both click on manage and you create those items, those information there. Now for the image, you can add as many as 15 images, but then each must not exceed 5 MB. Now once you've selected these images up to 15, you can actually select one as your primary image. Okay, so I have all these images here. They're up to 7 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to select these items. So as I click on OK, you see we have primary, mark as primary. In fact, this is primary automatically because this is the first image. If I decide I want to use this as primary, I can click on mark as primary and it's going to change place with the first image that you saw there. Then you see the +5, so you're able to scroll and see the different images for this Itel P65. Now once this is done and you have everything to go, let's scroll down. These other informations, when you have, you include. So once you click on manage manufacturers, you can click on manage manufacturers and you can click on new manufacturers, then you enter the name, right? Similarly, once you have information for the brand, you can also click on brand, manage brand, and you click on new brand. You put the information there, everything will come out on the sheet. So the next is sales information and purchase information. Sales information are information that are necessary for you whenever you want to sell this item, this product. Purchase information are information you need whenever you are creating a bill or a purchase. These are the information that will most likely appear on the invoice, the purchase invoice. Whereas the sales information are the information that are most likely going to, not even most likely, they're going to appear on your sales invoice. So let's start with this. So let's say the price, we just use 150,000. The selling price 150,000. Then let's say now when you sell, which account do you want to use to track these sales? You can see we have income account here and we have sales. So in sales account is a sub account under income account, which is correct. Now for the description, there are lots of description for this item when it comes to specification, and I think most likely those are what many buyers and suppliers would want to provide those information. So the description for this particular product can be 4 gig RAM. Let's just use 4 gigabyte RAM, 4 gigabyte RAM, and then 128 gigabyte ROM. Both the RAM is supposed to be the RAM, random access memory, then read only memory. Okay, these are the information for both of them. Then you can still add, I think, add Android 14 titanium. So titanium. Okay, this information is, so once you click here, you can copy and paste, since these are the information for both buying and selling. This is what you want to see. Now for the sales tax, if you have multiple sales tax in the countries where they charge multiple sales tax, you can click there is no sales tax for this information now. You can also do that in preferences and include sales tax, create sales tax. Then similarly for the purchase information, for now we've not created any sales tax, but that can be done from the settings. So we just want to conclude this. If you have a preferred vendor that you buy from, you can also select this, but we don't have not created any vendor for now. So but for now we're only creating the items. Now once you are done with that level, you come to this has to be selected if you want to track this item, if you want to know how many of these items you have in store, if you want to know how many you've sold so far, and if you want to know how many you've purchased, how many are on sales order, how many are on purchase order. If you want to track all this information, it's necessary that you have this checkbox ticked or selected. Then for the inventory account, you can see with the asterisk is important. This inventory account is what we use to track all those balances, stock balance, the quantity we have, quantity in store, like that. Okay, so once you click that, we already have stock and we have inventory assets, so this is good to go. Then if you have an opening inventory, maybe you are using this software for the first time and the business is already existing, so you take your stock, then you enter the value, the quantity here as open. So let's say if you have like 20 or 30, you have 30, then reorder. You can say okay to I want to reorder whenever these goods get to 10 quantities. Then if you have this information selected, this is also important since you've entered opening stock, so you have to enter the opening stock rate per unit. So let's say per unit is this amount here, which is for the, we'll go to the okay, we'll not enter purchase information. So purchase information should be, let's say, 120,000 naira. So 120,000. Then the account you use to track whatever it is you purchase, those items you are purchasing for resale, you click this, it has to be a cost of goods sold account, which is also selected, correct. Then let's go back. So how many for this part? So let's say the 120. So at the end of the day, it's going to multiply this 120 by the 30 to give us the value we have for this ITEL P65. So this is creating an item in Zoho inventory. And once you've saved this information, if you have Zohobooks, which is like the financial of Zoho, this particularly is on inventory, it will automatically update on the Zohobooks. So once you are done with this information and there's nothing left for you to fill in, you just go right to save, and once it is saved, you'll be able to see that you have this ITEL P65 on stock. So you see the item has been added. This value that is shown here is the sales price of 150,000. But over here, you can see the overview of your transactions, the item purchase information, sales information, the pictures, their stock on hand, committed stock, not known in order, available for sale 30. That is, committed is for sales order in case we have a sales order from a customer. Then physical stock is 30, available for sale is also 30. Then you can see other information. The other point is 10. So for now, nothing has been done. There's no sales that has been done on this particular item. If you go to transaction, of course it should be empty. Of course, we've not done any sales. But then you can see that this who created. You can see the history mapping of this particular transaction. Who created, what time, and created by who. Okay, so this is how you create an inventory item in Zoho Books.